So you've heard already about Boons and Banes. So in many game systems, you build heroes with attributes and skills represented by numbers. These systems slow down play because you often need to reference the numbers on your hero sheet or add them to your dice rolls. In EZD6, the stats are replaced by a simple mechanic called a boon. Training is a boon. The EZD6 system easily addresses differences in heroes by simply applying an additional die to a roll, or boon, to tasks where the hero may have specific training. So when rolling for a trained task, roll 2 dice instead of 1 and keep the highest result. That's your D&D advantage. This little difference lets players train all kinds of things to double their chances of success. Rolling to beat a 5, it's a lot easier with 2 dice than 1. An exceptionally hard task may incur a bane. Most of the time the difficulty scale is adequate, but sometimes an action is so problematic it requires a bane. Things like fighting in total darkness or doing another task while on fire count as a bane. In this case, the hindered hero rolls 2 dice instead of 1 and keeps the lower result. If skilled but afflicted with a bane, the hero goes back to only rolling 1 die. Skill cancels the bane out. So basically that's your D&D disadvantage. So can you help a fellow adventurer with a task? Heroes can give up their future action in turn to help another player. That player rolls a die and treats it like a boon rolled in the check. For example, a conjurer with the magical mystery boon gets to roll 2d6 when trying to decipher a scroll of lore. The player assisting the conjurer has the aspect of training with a scribe. The rabble-rouser rules that the aspect fits with the task and would allow the scribe to roll a die also. 3 die have been rolled for a check, and the final number will be the highest of the 3. Since the scribe helped the conjurer this turn, remember that the scribe loses their turn action. So rolling a 1 is always a failure, and the rabble-rouser can put that hero in a sticky situation depending on the action happening in the story at that particular time. Did the hero just petition the local lord for aid? Perhaps they inadvertently insult said noble. Did a hero want to swing from a rope? Perhaps the rope breaks and the hero smashes into the enemy like a bowling ball into pins. A hero still has a chance to recover from a failed roll. See hero die. So yeah, 1 is always a failure, and on the other side, rolling a 6 is always a success. And then in combat, rolling a 6 has an added benefit, which is the crit roll. So you have an inner strength called the hero die. At the start of the session, each hero gets a hero die. This can be burned any time in the game to re-roll a die, even if you rolled a 1. Once used, the die is discarded, but can be reacquired anytime by spending 5 karma to retrieve it. So karma is a hero's way to shrug off bad luck. Heroes often have luck on their side. How many times in stories have you seen a down-and-out hero suddenly turn the tide on gloating enemies? So how do I get a karma? 3 karma are awarded to each hero at the start of the session. And the rabble-rouser can also award karma for excellent role-playing moments, but the most common way to acquire karma is through failure. Whenever a hero fails an action roll, they gain 1 karma. It sucks to fail a roll, and receiving a karma to use later helps take away the sting of failure and ensures that no matter how bad a player rolls, they will bank karma for later. You can only ever get 1 karma a turn, no matter how many rolls you fail. So karma can be turned in to improve almost any die roll on a 1 pip per 1 karma point basis. If this changes your roll to a success, you do the task you were going for and lose karma. You lose the karma used. If your roll becomes a 6 in combat, follow the crit rule. So you can crit basically by using karma to up the pips rather than actually rolling the natural 6. There's no limit to the total number of karma a player can hoard or use in a turn. When you accept karma for a failed roll, you cannot then use the karma gained for that turn's rolls. So you have to wait till the next turn. Is there anything I can't use karma on? Karma cannot be used on magic or miracles. The ebb and flow of magic and the fickleness of the gods prevent bending by karma. More on this later when we talk about magic and miracles. Karma cannot be used to modify a 1, but a hero die can.